Welcome to Sister Sessions, where two sisters on very different paths explore what it means to live spiritually in a modern world. My older sister is a spiritual leader with decades of experience guiding others toward inner peace. Me, I'm a mom of three, producing burlesque shows and embracing life's pleasures while searching for deeper meaning. Together, we share honest, relatable conversations about finding balance, purpose, and connection in everyday life. So settle in. You're right where you need to be. Welcome to Sister Sessions. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sister Sessions with Jenny and Susie. We're excited to have you back. And on today's episode, we would like to help you get to know us better. So kind of make sense of why we're doing what we're doing and where the inspiration came from, and get to know us a little bit as sisters, our dynamic. And that way, moving forward, I think things will make a little more sense as we have topics to talk about with you. What do you think, Jenny?
Oh, yes, that would be great.
All right. So, well, I did come up with the idea as we were talking about earlier, and you were mentioning that if you want to talk about that for a second, me having a conversation with you and
Yeah, so our lives are very different, and I have a lot of projects that are happening usually all at once. And your big project, Susie, is your family and your children, so you're full on in there, and so you typically don't have a lot of space to do anything else besides being 100% mom and house caretaker and all the things. And you said to me, a few months ago, you're like, I want to do a podcast. And I thought right away, the first thing that came to my mind was perfect for you. Your personality, you love to talk, you have the gift of communication. Like, it is a very, very strong gift you have. I think it's your superpower. And this is a perfect platform for a gift like that. And then, I think you mentioned, well, let's do it together. I'd like to do it with you. And I thought, whoa, that would be fun. And I would do it if I had no back and forth. It's like, I don't want to set it up. I don't want to edit. I don't want to do any. All I have to do is show up and talk to you. Yes.
And I think that's where my idea came from too, is because we talk on the phone daily and sometimes we talk for a long time. And I always think to myself, the conversations that we're having, I'm like, I want people to hear the things that you have to say. Jenny is a spiritual leader, a spiritual guide, a spiritual teacher, and so much more. I always feel like I undercut what it is that you do for the world on a regular basis, like your career, your mission in life. And would you share that so that I don't muck it up?
Well, I do have a mission. I have a very strong mission, and that is to empower as many people as possible. I use the acronym EAT: Empower, Awaken, Transform, EAT. And that is really what I feel so called to do, is to help people to become empowered within themselves, knowing that they have everything they need inside of themselves to live the most authentic and meaningful life, and to really get out of this life all that they want to, that everybody wants to. So I empower people to take control of their life, to awaken to their true nature, and to transform their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that so much over the decades I've been doing this work, and it just fills my soul. Like, I can't imagine, I cannot do anything else in my life but more of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so any way that I can reach people, I want to reach people through a podcast, through any other modality, is important, through writing, through our online spiritual community, through retreats, through one-on-one sessions, through group sessions. It is all about awakening. We are here to awaken to our true nature and to remember who and what we really are. And when we remember that, our whole lives change. The whole lens of our life completely shifts to a bigger and greater reality.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Anyone who knows you and has worked with you can definitely attest for that. You get more than 5 stars at what you do on a regular basis. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I am a creative, as we all know. Well, those that know me, that is my passion. It has been since I could open my eyes and breathe. All I love is creative arts. And I realized I became a young adult that taking center stage wasn't really what I thought I wanted was that. And then I realized that I wanted to help people get to center stage. And I wanted to create, produce the shows and see talent really thrive and be the hand to help someone get there and watch them thrive and know the background and bring all the people that are the best at what they do together and then watch it happen. And that's what I have done. It's definitely has not fulfilled me. I think I've that message of what I want to do and the reason that did all of those productions and stuff and that I think it got lost in translation. I think my message of really wanting to be the catapult for people's careers and to help that, I think it kind of got lost a little bit, which I'm not giving up on that. I just think that I have to redirect. And I was maybe in the wrong kind of focus. And doing this podcast is definitely something super fun. Like you said, matches my personality very well. And just something different to kind of take a break from what I've been doing and kind of rest into. I mean, I do know what I want to, my ultimate goal is in the creative arts. And I just need a moment to break off of that and reset with something a little bit more fun and easy in terms of working with so many people. This is just a little more challenging though, in a way, in a different way. So it's exciting.
Will you share with us what your goal is creatively?
Yes, my creative goal is to produce a full stage ballet. And I don't want to give any details away because I just don't want to do that. However, I see it, I taste it. I've been in the audience watching it so many times in my mind. I love it. The people that will I don't like to say that work for me because I like to say that we work together. The people that we all will choose to work together uh, will love each other and respect each other. It'll be a mutual thing, and we're all going to. It's just going to be amazing, and a gift to share with everyone, which is that's what I love about entertainment. I love to take people outside of what they are feeling every day, the stresses of life, and just take 2 hours and just be fully entertained. And maybe it changes you a little bit when you leave. You're like, yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love that. It's actually like the yin and the yang of the difference between what you do in that realm and what I do in my realm. You want people to be out and be entertained and experience the material stuff, right? And I want people to go inward and close all that down and experience their inner world.
Want to get them really excited and you want to calm everyone down, which is so cool.
It is. I mean, we live in this world. We're here for education and entertainment. We're here to expand our awareness and grow from the spiritual side of things and be entertained. Mm-hmm. This is a beautiful place we live in. I mean, the planet is always going to have darkness in it because this is the nature of the material plane. But in reality, that's what it's set up for. And so we have this dark and lightness on both ends. We have this duality and we can play within that, right? We're in the world, but we're not of the world. So if you can be unattached and go to a show and have this excitement happening and all the things, and then you can walk away and you can let it go and not be so attached to whatever it is, right? But just like, okay, it's a flow of energy. And that is so fun and engaging. Mm-hmm. I love it. I can't wait for this show. I know it's going to happen because there's no way that you putting all that energy and effort and attention and visualization is so powerful, as you know. There's no way it can't happen.
Right.
It's going to happen. You might be 80 years old. It'll happen.
No, and I know that this isn't the season for it. I know that because going through some things that I had gone through in the business, they forced me to look back and refocus and redirect and learn. Of course, learn first and foremost, learn and step away. You know what I'm saying? Stepping away from things I think is really important for growth. Like not just rushing back to things and saying, oh, no, step away, grow for a while, because this production is going to be my everything and I don't want to rush it. And I think that, I mean, I'm 47 and every year of my life, I definitely know that I become wiser. And this is going to take wisdom and patience and love, like I said, and manifesting the right people. I always say I want to work with and for people that I love and respect me in return. It's so important for success. And I don't want to rush that. Those people will come into my life at the certain time. I've even had certain little things happen where I'm like, oh, that's going in my pocket for later. It makes sense and eventually it's just all gonna, when I'm ready, it's all gonna come together. So it's exciting. What about you? What is your ultimate goal?
Ooh, well, my ultimate goal is having a property that we build a community on, where we have a temple, we have houses for people. They can come and it's a healing sanctuary. That's what I want. It's going to happen. I've been visualizing it. There's a property that we want to attain that's very close to
And of
us.
course, my husband dreams of being the farmer there and cook.
That would be lovely. Yeah, a place where people come to heal. They come for all different kinds of reasons. I also want to help people in transition in terms of leaving their physical body when they're ready to leave this planet. And transitions in other ways too. That's what Wisdom Pathways, my online work is really all about, is helping people transition into like another stage of their life, whether they're changing careers or becoming empty nesters or going through a major illness or a death. Those things are so powerful in life, and we need support around them. Everybody needs support and guidance and understanding on how to see these events in a higher enlightened way than, the heaviness around it, which it can be and is to some degree. But through the shadow comes the light. And when we dive into do our shadow work, our work that, in the darkest times is when we can learn and grow the most. So it's powerful. So that's my goal, is to have this community.
Wow. Yes, I know that. And I also know that that is definitely going to happen. I mean, you're already in the middle of the creation. Like you're not it's not a thought for you. You're already started in small ways, but actually giant ways. Yeah.
It's like energy has its own intelligence, right? So whatever we want, whatever we desire, if we put all of our energy into it in our mind, because everything starts with the thought, right? And we have to think about it first. And then that energy starts to move, and it's like, oh yeah, what would that feel like? And diving deeper into the imagery and the sensations of it and the details of it. And then things start to and work for you, because we're co-creators with this universe. We have so much power, and we forget, and we end up, we can go into that complacency and and on and on. Well, then if that's how you think, then that's what you are. That's what you become.
Mm-hmm.
It's powerful. Thinking is powerful.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I know. It is something that I tell my kids all the time. It's a mindset. Every morning when you wake up, it is a mindset of how you get out of bed. And I almost feel like, how doesn't everyone realize that, Like, it makes me feel sad to hear that someone says, "Oh, today's the worst day," or "Today is gonna be so bad," or opens up their eyes and they roll them, or they don't wanna get out of bed. That is right then and there, when you open your eyes in the morning, is your first chance to make a choice. How is today going to be? No matter what the day looks like ahead, what plan you have, even if it's going to a doctor's appointment that you're scared of or whatever, having a mindset behind anything that's thrown to you is step one.
The challenge though is, Suze, is that sometimes we have such big patterns of energy that are blocking that.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier said than done for a lot of people, right? Because we have these, what we call vrittis, whirlpools of energy in our consciousness that block that joy or that ability then of getting up and saying, I'm going to have a great day, right? We have to honor those things and not think there's something wrong with me because I can't jump up out of bed and say, this is going to be a great day.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with you. You want to look at, why is that happening for me? What is blocking me from choosing happiness?
I think that is absolutely, and I think that's where my comment of it makes me feel bad for people, because even if you're not able to say it's going to be a great day and do it, when I say do it, recognizing, wanting to be that, recognizing that you're, and not allowing yourself to be stuck in a pattern that you're not even conscious of, that you're just miserable every day in your own state, and nothing is, you're on blinders. So I think that having the right people around you helps with growth so much, because the right people can say, hey, I see this and I see that, and how are you feeling, how are you doing, how are you showing up today? That's all so important, for sure.
It is. Yes, absolutely. Your surroundings are very important. Are all of our surroundings. The other part of it is, having awareness is the first step, right? Awareness that you even have that a certain thing, right? That there is a block. A lot of people don't have that awareness. And that takes, when we have the awareness, the first step, then there's more ability to do something about it. But to gain that awareness in the first place is all about going inward to check in with what is happening, being present with yourself, noticing, wow, I really have a negative mindset. I keep thinking the worst is going to happen, or I feel so angry all the time. Why am I angry? Or why am I reacting and yelling at my kids all the time, or whatever it is, right? We have to check in with ourselves and say, why am I doing that? Not in a judgment, but in a curiosity,
Yes.
right?
Oh yeah, I have to do it all the time, especially when your day is so busy. It's so easy to slip. I mean, I'm constantly, before we got on here, I told you, I said I had a mantra today. It was not good. It's not healthy. I was kind of cursing in my own mind. Instead of being like, Susie, calm down, I was cursing to myself. And I was like, this is bad. Like, I need to stop, So I'm constantly checking in too. I mean, I definitely don't naturally open up my eyes and say it's going to be great. I wake up and consciously say, you got this. Let's go have a great day. Wake up your kids, that kind of thing. But then there's reminders all throughout the day where I'm like, oh, that's bad. What are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah. I actually had a conversation with a client this morning around that. And I was sharing that, every once in a while, some weird negative thought will pop in. And it's like I bat it away like like a fly, like, no. And then I just move on. It'll pop in. And it's rare, which is really quite beautiful and rare and amazing, because of all the work I've done on myself and the practices I've done. But it does come every once in a while of like, oh, where'd that thought come from? And then you just kind of move on and you choose. Like we choose. No, I want to think this.
Yeah, that whole feed the good wolf and not the bad wolf thing it's perfectly correct.
Yeah. Whatever you feed grows.
Yeah.
Where your energy goes, your life flows.
Yeah.
Wherever you're focusing your energy on, that's what's going to happen. You're creating it.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about our relationship. I think people need to know, like, what's up, right?
Yeah. Well, we are two of three siblings. We do have an older brother, and we're all very close in age, like 2 school years apart. Danny, and then Jenny, and then myself. And we grew up in a very small house, which made us very close. The three of us are very close because we were forced to be. It worked. I recommend it. No, just kidding. Yeah, raised by both of our parents, who were really wonderful people. And we really have had a wonderful relationship. I mean, it's kind of people don't necessarily always believe it when we say that the three of us really never fought. We never fought. I mean, we'd get on each other's nerves. That's just normal. But we never fought. We were never mean to each other. We were never jealous of each other. I mean, even as close of age as Jenny and I are, as two females, we never, fought about clothes or boys or anything. We just kind of kept in our own lanes. Like Jenny had her awesome friends and I had mine, and we just kept in our own lanes just naturally. And we weren't competitive, which is really interesting, being that we're so close in age and females.
Yeah, honestly, I do remember like so much of sharing clothes, and we had this, we shared a bedroom that was small. We had a closet that we each had our sides on, right? Our sides of the closet, and we would like pull everything out to try to figure out what we're going to wear. And we didn't share the same shoe size, which was always a little disappointing.
Right.
But how great was that we could share clothes, and we did have our own separate lives. And I think that probably was like, we weren't intertwined.
No.
Which I think that could cause a little more rift with people in some ways. But yeah, it was super fun and easy. I mean, you are a talker, and that was like, never stopping there. Would sometimes be a little challenging. I know that's who you are.
So funny. And you can tell, just going back to like the clothes thing and how we were, you can tell. So I have a 19-year-old daughter, as you know, and you can tell she's the only girl. She has two brothers, and you can tell when it comes to the clothes, because if I put on a shirt of hers, she's like, "What are you wearing? Why are you wearing that?" And if she wants to borrow anything of mine, I'm like, "My closet's open. Take whatever you want." Like, if you could see that I had that training, and she has only had her things. But now that we can start to I can wear her things because she's an adult, and vice versa. You can see the training there. It's funny.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, I mean, it doubled our clothes. We didn't have many anyway. So I can imagine if we were like, no, these are mine and those are yours, and too bad.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah. Even now we do that. I mean, I bring clothes and
Yeah, I'll say bring clothes when you come visit me, because I need something that's and something new, and then I'll give it back. Yeah.
you live in Pittsburgh and I live in California, and so we have been living in different states for the past 25 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So I have some questions prepared. I will interview you, and I think that through that we can just kind of both share, and then it'll get people to, know us a little better. So, how do you think our relationship has influenced who you have become? And I will answer this as well.
Well, I think I know inherently how to be a good friend, because you've been, my best friend for my whole life. And so it's like, I know how to easily communicate with a female, and like, I think your influence on me of your deep, deep kindness and like thoughtfulness of others, like I'm gonna cry, is so beautiful to watch. Like you're inclusive with everybody. You're such a bright light, and people are drawn to your energy, and you influence me by seeing how dedicated you are as a mom, and like the selflessness that you show every day. Like, you put your children 1,000% first, which a lot of moms do, but I don't. To see you in that way is just so beautiful, because you, growing up, people would have thought you wouldn't have had children, and I would have. Like, everyone was like, "Oh, Jenny's going to have a bunch of kids." And because I was a babysitter, I loved kids. You were like, nope, not for me. You have 3 children. I have no children. And how funny that is. And I think it's exactly perfect, of course, because I can see how your children helped you grow immensely.
Oh, yeah.
And
Them in their own way.
yeah, it's so beautiful to watch. So you've influenced me a lot in my life, probably even more than I even realized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mine's just obvious. Like having you to look up to, first of all, still having understanding your unconditional love is crazy. You have zero judgment. I could come with you to you with anything and you don't make me feel bad. You don't judge me. You'll say, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And you'll help me find the solution, which has truly bled into my momming because I tell the kids all the time, I am your life guide because I have one in you. And it's unbelievable. Like I don't want my kids to get in trouble in life and say, "Oh my god, I can't go to my mom. My mom will kill me." I feel like what is the point of parenting? If you come to me at that moment, that's literally why I feel like I'm here. And it's to get to help guide you through that dark time of your life, not to judge you in that dark time. And I learned that 100% from you. You've done it always. I mean, I slammed your thumb on purpose with a hammer when we were little, and you still weren't mad at me. Like, you were upset because I was crying because I couldn't believe that I did it. Like, I don't know what I was even thinking. So, everyone listening, I told her to put her thumb on. I was like 5 here, and I had a hammer, and I hit it. And as soon as I did it, I couldn't believe I did it. And I was so upset. Like, what were you thinking? And you were crying and I was crying. And then you were like more consoling of me than I was. You were like, it's okay. Like, if it was you now, I'd be like, let's try to figure out why you did that to me. You've always taught me non-judgmental love and unconditional love. And it's definitely helps me be the mom that I am. Yeah.
Wow. That is so, so sweet. I didn't know that. I remember that thumb and the I don't remember the other part that you're saying that I was more consoling to you. I don't remember that exactly. That's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, I remember we were in our grandma's kitchen. Well, we weren't. It didn't happen in there, but
No, it happened outside in the carport.
Uh-huh.
I remember where it happened.
Yeah. So let's see what else. Well, we kind of just talked about what we've learned from each other. Who do you think played the peacekeeper or instigator role? I mean, that's pretty easy. People that just tuned in might be able to tell us that one.
Well,
Jenny's the peacekeeper, everyone.
yeah.
Let's see. This is perfect. How do you find balance between your sacred life and being ordinary?
Ooh.
This is the good stuff, people. This is what you want to hear when Jenny talks. This is how you start to grow. Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. So what I can speak to is where I am right now and the balance of my spiritual life and the material life. First of all, they're the same in a way. Like you got to blend. There's no difference. My life is ideally being attuned to the highest frequency I can. And that means being in a place of peace, love, joy, calmness, having an uplifted feeling, no matter what I'm doing, who I'm with, what experience is happening. And so the spiritual, and that word is it's been overused, I think, in a lot of ways and misused in a lot of ways. Spirituality is just inherently who we are. We are spiritual beings and we don't have to separate the two. Like in the older days, I will just say, when church was a bigger part of people's lives, and it still is a part of people's lives, but
Sure.
it was a lot
It was.
important 20 years ago and before, and 10 years ago and before, earlier than it is now. Things are shifting in a great way around spirituality, religion, dogmas, physical structures of church, where you go into church and then there's where God is, and then that's where you practice praying and in doing your things and rituals, and then you leave and you live your life. That's not separate anymore. We're becoming more enmeshed in that, where ideally we're in that space of high vibration and kind of the meditative mindset all the time. We don't have to go to any physical place to connect with our soul and God and source. It's inside of us. So for me now, and I live, in the Sierra Nevada foothills in Northern California with the space and quiet and not a lot of people around. I don't see many physical people. I'm online with clients. I'm with my husband and my dog at night. And then, that's it. And so I live in a place inside of myself that is as high frequency as I can get. And that's my goal. And that's what I want for everybody, is to understand that you have a portable paradise within you that is just waiting to be engaged with, that is just waiting to be lightened up.
Mm-hmm.
And when we tap into that, when we live in that, the material and it just doesn't matter. It's like, I can go to the store, I can go into a crowd. I'm still in my space internally, right? And sometimes I get a little overwhelmed by a lot of noise or a lot of people because I'm so used to being in this space of quiet. But I don't want to seclude myself fully. I don't think it's my dharma or karma to do that. I think my karma is to be engaged with a lot of people, but be able to also be inward at the same time.
Right. It would be really sad if you didn't, because, we always say, a joke between our brother's name is Danny. Danny and I, he lives in the same city as I do. And so sometimes we'll be out, and if we meet someone who doesn't know Jenny, and we'll be like, oh yeah, we have a sister. And then our joke is that, oh, she's better than us. I love her. She walks into a room and the whole thing lights up like the sun just came through. And there's not one person that knows you that would not say that statement is not true, because it is true. But that's the joke, though. We're like, oh yeah, you love her. She's better than we all.
That is not true.
This is funny. No, so it would be terrible if you didn't share your love and light and be around people. I think your aura it makes people happy. It changes people for good ways in growth, and without even realizing it, you make other people want to be a better person and want to be kinder. And that would be terrible to put that under a rock and not share that. That's your gift for sure.
And I enjoy it so much. I enjoy, I want to have obviously these deep conversations and these like really uplifting, just time together. Nothing has to be done or said sometimes. Like, I think about that once in a while, of just energy exchange, when I go into, say, a meditation space where there are a lot of people meditating, there's no words, no one says a word, but you can feel such incredible energy there, and you just want to be there, and there's nothing said. It's just pure energy.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Okay. If we could go on any trip together, where would you want to go?
Oh, with you. Now, with you, it'd be different.
Do not say a silent retreat.
All right. With you, it'd be different. Ooh, what comes to mind for you? Do you have something that pops up?
Yes, because I also am thinking about with you too. I would say it would be another country, somewhere outside of this country, and where we could get some sort of like history and knowledge, learn, but yet also have like fancy dinners and have to get dressed up.
I know, because you want that, and I want the, like, let's go to a monastery and let's go, and I want to go to India, but not with you, because that wouldn't. No, but with you, I could see, like, honestly, it would be really cool to go to, like, see where Jesus was and all the places in that area, and then there probably is some other swanky place somewhere that we could go to along the way,
Right. Yeah, a double trip.
Yeah. But I really think it's vital that you come to my retreat in March.
I know, and I'm going to. For anyone listening, please tell them the dates and what it is.
Yes, I'm holding a retreat in San Diego, California, March 28th through 30th, Reclaiming the Sacred Feminine. And it's with one of my dear friends, Melinda Rothaus, who is a PhD in mindfulness creativity. And we are going to dive into how to balance the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine, and what that looks like in our world now, what that has looked like in the past, how that has affected you as a human, as a female or a male. Everyone's included. Like, we would love to have some men. I would love to have some non-binary. I would love to have some people who are trans. Like, I would love to have it all.
Yeah, my husband's coming. Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to have definitely some men, and hopefully some other people who maybe don't resonate with either.
Yeah. So for anyone listening who is thinking, oh my gosh, that is so outside of the box for me, I would never do anything like that. Let me tell you something. I swear I'm terrified of this experience. I am so excited and I've never done anything like this. I've never done anything like this before. And the thought of it is a little bit terrifying. Like, just the unknown, and I can't wait to see what I don't know. I mean, I've never done anything like this before. And so I think if you have, wonderful, join us. And if you haven't, join us, because we can relate together, and we can talk about what it's like to be someone who's brand new to opening up their world to this. So I'm excited about it. Yes.
Yes, we're going to do yoga. I'm going to teach some yin yoga. We're going to meditate. We're going to have really deep discussions about feminine, masculine energy. We're going to work with some archetypal oracle cards. That's so fun. It's so fun. And we have some really great kind of thought-provoking questions to discuss, and do journaling. And it's in the most beautiful resort called Rokas Retreat. And yeah, I'm just pumped, and I'm so excited you're coming, because I know this is going to be so fun for you. And Reed, oh my gosh, what exciting. And yeah, some other people that we both know are going to come as well. So yeah, very excited.
Okay, what is something? Well, the answer could be this, but we're not going to let it be the retreat. But it could be. What is something we've never done together that you think we should do together?
Well, that is definitely that.
It is. Yeah.
But also, I also think that, like, more travel together in general, because we never could do that. And I keep thinking again about the trip we had, the short one in New York City.
It was the best. It was so great. So Jenny and I went to New York City with my daughter, and it was Christmas time, and it was magical, and it was so fun. And we ran around like little kids. We did. We ran around, hopped in and out of cabs and bike drivers in the rain, and we were cold and happy, and it was awesome. We ate so much amazing food, and it was just so much fun. That's one of my favorite. It was a mini trip, like you said, but it is definitely on my favorite list for sure. If not favorite. I loved it.
And those hot pink coats we were wearing. I love that. Next, so I'm really honestly craving that again, and I would love to, like, plan a time that we go over there and spend some time with Layla and, like, do all the things and wear some kind of funny thing like that again.
Some fun clothes. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm in. Oh yes. Okay, so that's happening. Fun, love it. Okay, if our childhood was a sitcom, what would it be called, and who would play us? That's tough.
I don't even know a lot of sitcoms, like old fashioned, like
any sitcom doesn't have to be modern.
A sitcom. Do you have any of those in mind
that would play us? I mean, we could do Mama's Family, and we could be Mama and Iola.
Mama was miserable.
Oh, I love that sitcom so much. It's the best ever. I swear to God, I watched it the other night.
Wow.
Yeah, you can still find it.
Well, one thing that just came to mind is what we've said in the past, like a long time ago, the movie Christmas Vacation. And, like, you're the family with the kids and all the things, and I'm next door. Dave and I are next door in the house, like, being annoyed, but that's not.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We just watched that last night with the kids.
Oh,
yeah, we did. We just watched it. Okay. And there's no secrets. Let's see. What do you think is the actual, who do you think is the actual, we're going to say this together on three. Who do you think is the actual favorite child? Be honest. One, two,
Me.
three, Danny.
I mean, that's obvious.
Oh gosh. What's one weird family tradition we had that nobody else would understand?
Hotkey. So describe it, Susie.
So at Christmas time, being from a Polish background, there is, what if it's not, what if they made it up and now we're going to, Polish, authentic Polish people are going to be like, what are they talking? Well, we were told that on Christmas Eve, we would get, it's similar to the wafer that is handed out in Christian churches when you take communion. It's the same type of wafer, and it's usually a square, and there's a really beautiful imprint on it of like Mary and Jesus, like some kind of nativity scene on it. And you get a few squares depending on how large your crowd is at your Christmas Eve dinner. And before dinner, everyone takes pieces, like a chunk of it, and then you have to go to each person in the room and hand them yours, and they hand you theirs, and you each break one off of whoever's in front of you, and then you say, I love you, Merry Christmas. And you hit every person, and everyone gathers in one room, and you hit every person. And to be honest with you, it really was sweet. It really was a sweet tradition, and my mom has carried it. I don't know that, did we do it last year?
She forgot it, I think, for the
Oh, and
first.
she was really upset the first time in our whole lives. Almost 50 years. She forgot it. Um, yeah, so that is definitely correct. That's the weirdest tradition that nobody would understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very funny. So yeah, you have to eat it, by the way. Like you
Oh, yeah.
off and you eat it, they eat from you, and then you do that exchange. It is sweet because you really do get to have a connection with someone for a moment like that.
Yeah, it is. Okay, if we had to create our own family holiday, what would it be called and how would we celebrate?
Our own family holiday. I mean, I think our ideas would be very different.
Yeah, because I'm thinking vacation all day, margaritas on the beach, let's go. You're definitely not thinking that.
I'm thinking, like let's all gather and do some chanting and connect and discuss about what's going on with that. I'd want to go into a deep dive of like a holiday of working out our stuff. I don't know.
Holiday retreat.
Yeah, like a holiday retreat.
Jenny's holiday retreat.
That's what I would want. Practice yoga and like go in nature for walks, and it's very quiet and peaceful, and we have some kind of water, like we go on a lake or something like that, and it's very serene, and we eat the best, yummy, healthiest foods, and that would be my idea, and it would be called retreat. Yeah, holiday retreat.
Yes. If we were a crime fighting duo, what would our superpowers be?
Well, your superpower, but you could talk somebody out of anything
I would talk somebody out kidnapping me because they'd be like, she does not shut up.
Yeah, your superpower is your voice. And I don't know. I think mine would be like Care Bear.
Yes, the Care Bear stare.
Yeah. With a heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see. Got time for a couple more. If we were stranded on a desert island, who would survive longer and why?
Oh, definitely me. Because Susie would just crawl up and say, I don't know what to do, and I'm gonna just sit here. I wouldn't be that far behind you though. I mean, I don't know how to survive in things, but I'd be a little more resourceful, I think.
You would put forth more effort.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. If you could swap lives with me for a day, what's the first thing that you would do?
Ooh. I would sit down all three of your children and teach them how to meditate.
Ooh.
And tell them the importance of it, and we would have, like, if I only had one day, we'd meditate together, but if I had any period of time, it would be every day we have to meditate together as a family. It'd be the first thing.
I would take your credit card to the mall.
Of course you said that. I love that.
I'd get my hair done. I would go to the spa and I would go to the mall. Then we'd switch back.
I would love for you to do that. Have to warn Dave about it.
Here's a good final question. Like we're done, but we're done with our questions here. This is a great final question. If we were 80 and still podcasting, what would our episodes be about?
Oh my gosh. Hopefully not how bad we feel physically. But what I would like them to be about would be that we're even wiser, that we get to know even more, that we have more experiences to share, that we have more insight, and that we're living even in a deeper state of peace.
I agree. Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Because I'll tell you, when I'm 80, I'm still going to be doing this work. This is it.
Right.
So, man, I hope I'm a lot more evolved than I am now.
Oh yeah, I for sure. I mean, even whenever I'm 50, and I know that's not that far away, but obviously we want to keep that train rolling all the time. And it's really funny. You think I have a hard time when people say, like, when they don't embrace their age. I don't have a hard time, but I don't relate, is what I'm saying. I don't relate. Everyone has their own path. I just don't relate because I do truly embrace my age. And I think it's because my life just keeps getting better. And I don't mean like I keep getting richer and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, like inside, I feel like I keep getting better. And that's so awesome.
Oh, yeah. The body's going to age and die, but we never do. Our consciousness lives on, and if we really look at life that way and we focus on the right things, which is expanding our awareness and gaining more wisdom, then there's no attachment to this physical form. I mean, we're all going to keep aging and getting more wrinkles and saggy and all the things. And so what? You know how many bodies we've had? We can't even count. So I have really let go of that attachment, which was not easy. I was very attached when I was 20s and early 30s, mid 30s. It really was in like my mid 30s is when I really broke free from that attachment of like needing to feel that the pressure of putting pressure on myself to look a certain way and be a certain way in my body. And I just fully love it now. I don't have I love all the things of it. I don't like look at my body and say, ooh, I wish I looked different, or I wish I wasn't this or that. I'm just embrace it. Like, what a gift. This is a temple. This is our temple. Our soul is housed in this temple. It's a gift. And so we need to treat it as such. And I've really come to that space, which was not an easy journey, but it's here. And it's so liberating to be free of that attachment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really good. So it's the holiday season. And any advice for people for embracing? I mean, it goes by so fast. And I think that this advice is good for me to hear too, because I get so caught up in all of the entertaining that I'll be doing and the kids and making sure everything is perfect, that in just 3 short weeks, it's over anyway. 2025 is here and the holidays here and gone. And I definitely don't want, and I'm not going to allow myself to stress through it, even though can be very difficult, especially when, it's like, well, you just try so hard sometimes. And so advice for not just parents, just people, because it's not just parents that, it's people that travel and to their homes, maybe to see family members that they haven't seen in years and they're stressed out. Because here's a good one. People that travel that aren't around family, they've created their own lives. And then when they come back, then they get triggered by childhood traumas. And then they have to deal, and then they don't have a fun Christmas because their whole Christmas is them being triggered by traumas that their mom used to say to them. And now they're around their mom and they never usually are. And their mom's driving them nuts. And Christmas is over.
There's so much there, Susie.
So great.
First thing is to let go of perfection and let go of expectations and any certain outcome. And that is, I know, very difficult for most, right? We have a very hard time not having expectations. And that is what is the root of all suffering. Expectations, attachments. And so if you put out good energy, you do your best and you let go. You say, well, however people show up, they show up. However they behave is on them. However they feel is on them. And you have no control over that. You only have control over yourself. So that is crucial. Practicing the presence of being now, in the now, right here, right now. Engage with what is. Getting your mind away from the past or the future. But be here and enjoy who's in front of you, what's in front of you fully and in a state of joy as much as possible.
In every moment. And that is, I am going to do this for sure. I do this. And then, then the holiday season comes and sometimes I find myself out of that practice and it's like, it's going to be here and gone. And I want to look back and say, oh, it's so relaxing and nice. I did the best that I could. And I hope everyone was happy and felt the love and the joy. And let's have a great new year. Yeah. Going to stay present.
Stay present. I love the simple thought of be here now. Be here now. Just right here now. And in terms of like people flying to their family of origin and all that stuff and being wrapped up in the energy of family, we have the people we choose to be. And this is a whole nother topic and subject, but we do choose our family when we're in the astral plane. We create a soul plan and we're choosing certain situations and circumstances that are specific to our personal growth that we need. So there are no accidents in that regard. And we get triggered the most by our family members because they are our greatest teachers. And they are here to help us to see ourselves. We're mirrors. We're like in a hall of mirrors. So our energy is just projecting out and we're receiving our energy back. So if somebody is triggering you, which is a real big buzzword lately last year, if somebody is triggering you, what that is one of those energy patterns that are in your consciousness have gotten activated and you kind of get pulled out of yourself and you get wrapped up in this energy and then you react and you don't even realize you're reacting. And so I always tell clients that, if you want to see how far you've come in your progress, go spend some time with your nuclear family and see what's going on there. And if you're triggered, it's just an opportunity for you to say, okay, I have some work to do. I still have these things that are getting to me and I want to work on not having them get to me. And so you look at it as an opportunity to understand yourself on a deeper level, to see like, wow, right?
Yes. What a great way to go into it. I mean, for anybody that feels like they can relate fully to what Jenny's saying right now, and I'm sure there's a lot of people, we just changed it. Jenny just changed it for us. So let's change it. Like, that's so true. Go into your situations with love, and first and foremost, love in your heart, and recognizing that we did place ourselves here for a reason. And the number one reason is for growth. And so, man, that's a game changer. Happy holidays. This is awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good.
Well, we are out of time for the day.
Okay.
So I will let you leave us with the 3 words that you like to say.
All is well. Till next time.